தாடி எதுக்கு
இது வந்து நம்ம பேசுறது சார், இதுலயே பேசுறது.
எக்கோ அடிக்காதுல.
எக்கோ அடிக்குது. பேசி பாருங்க சார், கேக்குதா உங்களுக்கு?
Hello, AP campus. Can you hear us? Bhopal. Can you hear our audio?
No voice, sir.
Low voice.
No voice. Wait, I saw it.
நான் கம்மியா பேசுறேன்.
Sir, அவர் கம்மியா பேசுறாரு.
சார் வருதா சார்?
லோ வாய்ஸ்.
Low voice பரவாயில்ல. சார் லைட் இல்ல.
சார் லோ வாய்ஸ். நான் கம்மியா பேசுறேன்.
சார் அவர் கம்மியா பேசுறாரு.
என்ன அவங்க பேசுறதா? Hello.
Tell me what you are trying.
Three cameras have to be there. Okay.
Line sir no. இது வாய்ஸ் இல்ல ரிஃப்ளெக்ட்
நம்ம பேசுறது ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகுது சார். யூடியூப்ல போயிட்டு இருக்கு, லைவ் போயிட்டு இருக்குல.
ஆமா.
Tell me what you are trying. இதுல யூடியூப் ஆஃப் பண்ணுங்க. ஏன்னா இதுல யூடியூப் லிங்க் இதுல கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களா சார்? அதுல கொடுத்தா கூட எக்கோ அடிக்கும். I may be.
Where is that YouTube link?
இது ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது.
It's coming on the Zoom. I saw that. அது மாத்திரம் பார்த்தேன். ஏன்னா இதுலயே போகல சார்.
Can you just press escape and you can see minimize. Can check whether YouTube is playing. Clear. Hello.
Is it playing?
No, this is we are live streaming, so this. Can you just press escape and you can see.
இதுலதான் வந்து அதுல வரணும்ல. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மொபைல கனெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. வரல. சிஸ்டம்
Point.
சொல்லுமா.
part about Blackrock. Hey, let's dive into what exactly the asset management. Some of you may have, or parents may have,
Is it audible?
Those funds, the companies that have to manage those funds are sort of asset management. What they have to do is that they are actually managing your asset, that is your money on your behalf, so that you can make the money. And that's what Blackrock. So when global take us forward, just remember that we asset management, how because that's the full sense of everything that we do. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think other campuses can hear us now as well. So I'll probably quickly reiterate so that everyone can understand what is asset management. And I think it was a great answer from one of you. So asset management, simply put, it's defined as managing others' money, handling others' money, right? And obviously with that comes huge trust and responsibility. Obviously, you can't really handle or give your money to someone else to manage easily, right? You have to do proper due diligence. That's what Blackrock is about. We earn that trust. We build that relationship by understanding the profile of our clients, by understanding their risk appetite, and then delivering a better future for them. That's what it is about, right? Again, very quickly, few things that we as an asset manager do. We are handling your money, which means we are heavily regulated as well. There are regulators across the globe who are keeping an eye on us to make sure we are doing the right thing for our clients. Any sample, like in India, do you know who the regulators are in India? Sorry? Exactly. SEBI, from a banking perspective, we have RBI as the regulator, right? So in whatever geography we operate, we are heavily regulated. We earn trust, and that's how we sort of earn our operating income as well, by charging a fees to the clients, the assets that we are managing. What we don't do, what is something that asset managers don't do? We don't really invest our own money or money from our own balance sheet, right? Because it can lead to mutual like conflicts of interest and distrust and stuff like that. So we are not at all into that. Asset managers don't really invest their own money. They only invest on behalf of their clients. Make sense? Okay. So moving to the next slide. We manage assets for in more than 100 plus countries, right? So that's the kind of scale that we have. And we manage assets for clients from different sort of personas. So be it parents, grandparents, as an individual, they can invest with us, they can park their funds with us, and we can, obviously, we help them experience financial well-being. It can be foundations, endowments, it can be pension trusts, sovereign wealth funds. So we have clients across the spectrum. And it's not just asset management. I think over time, we have grown into advisory business as well. So we help even governments who are experiencing challenging times, difficulties in managing their expenditure, balancing it against their revenue and income. So we help even government bodies as well in terms of financially advising them that how they can better manage their money. So we partner with various corporations, investment banks, tech companies, and deliver these outcomes. Clear? Okay. In terms of our history, obviously, BlackRock started 30 plus years ago, right? So, and when we started, it was specifically a fixed income business, but innovation and development is the key. So over time, as you can see in this journey, we have kept on innovating and transforming this business. So we started as a fixed income company 30 plus years ago. Then we introduced iShares, ETFs, exchange traded funds, right? Then we added whole portfolio solutions. So not just focusing on fixed income part of it, but then equity, alternatives, adding all those different personas so that we can give a holistic bouquet of investment options to our clients. And technology is the key part of it, right? So we leverage technology to deliver these business outcomes. And our focus is long term. So right now, you might have heard this in news all over. We are more advocating a lot of like future investment. So very focused on sustainability aspect of the investment and not just restricting ourselves to a short-term future, right? That's the idea. How can we be more sustainable? Does that make sense? Okay, how do we do this, right? So here comes Aladdin, which is our not so secret sauce now. That's our core investment platform, which helps us manage investments as well as look at the risk all together on the same platform, right? So it gives you a holistic view of your investment, risk profile, operations, and you can manage all of that through the same platform. It's our own proprietary technology that is quite significantly different from others. Why it is different? A, because it is homegrown, but B, unlike other IT companies, this is a revenue generator as well. So in other companies, you will see that IT is treated as a cost center. But here, Aladdin is a revenue generator as well, because not only BlackRock, but our other asset managers and clients also use Aladdin. So from an investment manager perspective, you can consider this to be an operating system that they can leverage for the end-to-end investment lifecycle. That's how this product is significantly different from others. And as I said, it is a key revenue producer, key function for us. So it's not just a cost center. Okay, how do we do this, right? So we have built that product, but technology is the key, right? We can see how AI in last couple of years has changed the way we operate. And similarly, throughout last few decades, technology has been evolving at a very rapid pace, right? And we at BlackRock really embrace this technology, and we are at the forefront using new technologies, investigating, understanding them, spending time with them. And we believe in a data-driven journey. So investment is not a work of guess, right? Hey, it's not my sixth sense that, hey, this is a good investment opportunity. It has to be really driven by data. And that's where we use machine learning, big data technologies, performing stress testing of our scenarios, our beliefs, and then really investing that money on behalf of our clients. Make sense? In terms of technology that we are built onto, you name it, and we have it. I think there's probably I'm not really aware of technologies which we don't have. So we have a whole plethora, starting from very new technologies. Like we are really embracing AI as well. We have already launched a couple of co-pilots projects with that, and Java, Python, Cloud. So we are partnering with Microsoft Azure on that front, Snowflake as our data warehouse solution. We have all the technologies to offer, right? In interest of time, I think we can take questions, answers towards the end, but I'll hand over to Rahul again. Thank you, everyone.
Now, I will speak about the culture of the organization. So whenever you speak with anyone in BlackRock, they will often talk about culture. It's not only limited with the people inside the organization, but even when I hire external candidates, they often talk about the culture of the organization, that they hear about it often from their colleagues, from their families, and a lot of other people. So this is the culture that we are very proud of.
We at BlackRock, we firmly believe that inclusion and diversity are key to our success. By fully leveraging people with diverse backgrounds and experiences, we can inspire innovation, can challenge the status quo, and can provide the best outcome to our clients. We take an active approach to inclusion and diversity. We have made public commitments to increase female representation at the board level. We have a lot of networks inside BlackRock, such as Women in Investment Network. For women specifically, we want to make a career in technology and finance. As mentioned earlier, we also have Out and Allied Network, which works specifically for the LGBTQI plus community. We also have queer groups inside the organization, which we started just last year exclusively for the LGBTQI plus community members. We have the Black Professional Network on the global scale and many other multicultural networks. We also offer a comprehensive total rewards and benefits package, including a range of benefits, programs, and resources to meet the varying needs of talent across the firm. Some of those are, for example, employee networks. As I mentioned, we have a lot of employee networks in BlackRock, and I do encourage all the interns when they will be joining BlackRock in January to please join or to please attend these networks because they allow you a wonderful opportunity to interact with other people from different teams, to learn about the stakeholders, to learn about the teams and the type of work that they do. We also have BlackRock Academies. It is like a Wikipedia of a lot of modules, workshops, and training programs, which you can attend throughout your internship program. And when you are converted to the analyst in BlackRock, flexible time of policy. This is mostly applicable for the full-time employees when you will be converted to the analyst level. So FTO policy basically operates on the ideology that you can take as many leaves as possible. As long as you are doing your work, your manager is happy with your performance. Whenever you want to reboot yourself, you can just take an FTO. Volunteer days. So we are associated with a lot of schools and NGOs all around Delhi NCR and Mumbai location, where we regularly attend workshops to teach communication skills to the students or to organize different entertaining programs. Casual dress policy. Yes, you can wear a red t-shirt and you can come in a white shoes. That is absolutely fine. However, something that I always notify to the interns when they join BlackRock is that because you are entering in the corporate world for the very first time, some sort of professionalism is required. So a lot of time interns, they come to the organization in their slippers and ripped jeans. I would say that please avoid that and do understand that you are joining BlackRock, you will be joining a very big multicultural firm. Now, I will talk about our 5 principles. These are the 4 pillars of our organization that we stand for. And these are the principles that we follow on a daily basis. As we pursue our mission to create a better financial future for our clients, we are guided by our culture and a set of principles that, in short, we never forget what we stand for. So the very first principle is we are a fiduciary to our clients. This is the most important pillar or the most important principle that we have in BlackRock. This means our client's interest comes first. The fiduciary mindset is the bedrock of our identity. It reflects our integrity and the unbiased advice we give our clients. The second principle is we are one BlackRock. We work in a very, very collaborative manner. An inclusive, equitable environment makes us thrive. It enables us to draw on expertise and unique experiences from across the firm and bring on the best in each other. That is why we work collaboratively to create the best outcomes for our clients, the firms, and the commitments that we have made to our shareholders. Third principle, we are very passionate about performance and we take emotional ownership. We are very passionate about performance. Our discussions often centered on what actually differentiates BlackRock when it comes to performance. Yes, we have a very high standard of excellence and we hold ourselves and each other to it. But more than that, we have a huge amount of emotional ownership for our work. We are humble in that we are always looking to learn more and do better for our clients. And we care deeply and personally whether or not we are delivering the outcomes that our clients expect from us. The last principle that we have is we are committed to a better future. These principles represent our core values, our aspirations, and our cultural language, lived and embraced by every employee at our firm. Now, I would like to invite Abhinav Gupta, the Director of Aladdin Data. He will be speaking about the Aladdin Data team overall.
Yeah, so Rahul touched upon very important. I'm not sure how many of you have. Can I have a couple of questions, everyone? Yeah. Because this is very important what Rahul just talked about in the slide. We live by those principles, and if you are a part of Blackrock, those are some of the things that we really need that people need to think about, understand about. These principles don't just active out there, but now moving over to the. Okay, am I audible? I come back? Okay, so let's move over to the data. Is that better now? Okay, so let's move over to the data, right? You talked about, touched upon a data book, and it's very important why data is important. In the subsequent slides after the once you complete the Aladdin data and structure or gesture, they talk about their function. One of the common things that actually comes around is the data. Earlier, within Aladdin itself, the way we used to treat the data, it has gone through a big transformation in last 6 years. It has gone into a transformation so much that we actually created a separate function. And we call ourselves Aladdin Data. Before starting, a quick introduction about me. I am Abhinav. I've been part of Blackrock for quite some time, to be exact, around 14 years. And currently, I have been leading a team that's responsible for creating the enterprise data platform. That's a new platform that we are actually creating. And for those engineers sitting out there, it's a pure cloud native solution that we are actually coming up with. Totally built on Kubernetes, Terraform, we name the technology we are using. So let me quickly go through it. What Aladdin Data, what we do. So as it explained over here, we are responsible to two major things. One is the data itself. As the road explained, right? Aladdin is our investment platform. It requires a lot of data. It produces a lot of data. And it produces the data in the form of the analytics. So when Rajat will talk about this function, or Yashwant will talk about the function, you will see the focus on the analytics that Blackrock produces has been a lot. So we have this common platform which actually generates this analytics not only for Blackrock but 200 odd clients that we have out there for Blackrock. So what we have been doing is we are responsible to ensure the data, the vendor data, there are around 200 different vendor data that's out there. We have been running around 10,000 daily data pipelines day over day to ensure that Aladdin get all the latest data available. So we are ensuring the data is there. We are ensuring the data that Aladdin is producing is readily available for the clients, for the other users that are active. So essentially, we divide ourselves into three major functional pillars. One is the clean package production, which is the analytical production that happens day over day. We almost run like a million calculations per night. So our calculation forms are pretty huge in the sense. And in the calculators that we have been using, analytical calculators that we have been using, have been ensure that it actually can generate the right numbers every time. Second is the data factory. As I explained that we need all that data. That becomes very important. We call that as a large data factory. So these are the two places that we have been doing a lot of innovation currently. So the platform that I just talked about, enterprise data platform, we are trying to ensure that the platform becomes standard solution, not only for the LRD, but mainly for the other clients that actually may be required. So the third part which becomes very important. You have a data, you are generating the analytics, but it's of no use if your users are not able to consume. And as we are moving on to the open source or open, that everything needs to be open via the APIs or via the different methods that actually exist out there. Aladdin is also taking that chance. So we are calling this project as Open Aladdin. So it's a sort of a consumption layer that's sitting on the top that actually allows the users to consume the data by building. So essentially, these are the layers that Aladdin data has been focused upon, and a lot of innovation that not just from the technology front, but also from the process standpoint that actually happening. Those of you who will apply for Aladdin data, get selected over the Aladdin data team, will find yourself working on these innovative technologies that we have in the data. Now, quickly move over to the overview, how we organize ourselves. So we have organized ourselves into 4 major quadrants. The first one is the strategy and execution. So some of you who will be part of the strategy and execution, I'm sure that what will be the data strategy that will look like that will go out that actually will be beneficial for Aladdin and also can make us a revenue producer. So just now the Aladdin that's going to be the revenue producer. Aladdin data itself, we want the data products to be responsible for generating the data. So you will be part of the strategy and execution team to ensure that we have the right set. Second, which is implementation and governance. I mean, I'm not sure how many of you are aware about the data management. But one of the critical components of the data management is the data governance. Is anybody aware about what exactly data governance? Okay, I'm not go over that. With respect to data, right? You must be having the data. Some of you already have data around the hackathons and all those things. One very critical component that actually remains: how to find the data, whether the data is good or what sort of the quality of the data. That's exactly the data governance. So what data governance ensures 3 things. One, whether your data is properly cataloged. It's not like that you generated a data, but nobody can actually search for it. So data cataloging. Second, how's the quality of it? That doesn't mean by that you override the data, but it shows that you actually can say whether my data is 80% quality weight or there are different quality weights that actually can put it out there that define the quality. Third is the entitlement. Whether you are entitled for the data or not. So all these things will be responsible. Those of you who go into the implementation governance, that's what they will be doing here. Third is the operations. It becomes very important that the data operations are happening because all those 10,000 items that I have been talking about before, somebody has to solve the errors that actually generated. It's not like all those 10,000 pipelines will not generate the error. They will generate the instead of these what was called as the incidents. So some of the people that actually setting out there ensure that these incidents are being taken care of, resolved and fixed. The final one, which is the critical where we are actually have been very open about how we want to hire a lot of people in this, is the insurance. So agent it's a core engine function that we have actually. So we will have the data engineers. We will be having some of you working as a cloud engineers out there to ensure that we implement all those cloud native solutions that we have been developing. Finally, the data product, because all those data products that actually comes out with, it needs to be consumed by the user. So all the technology infrastructure that actually will exist out there, actually. So that's the core engine function that looks like. Now, whether various data teams, I won't go all the teams one by one. I'll just focus on the actually functions that I talked about, which is and if you look at the mission organization, it's mentioned it to deliver the technical data, analytical data, the operator to the same. Essentially, what we do is can be responsible is the deliver the analytical data. And I'm not saying that we will be generating the technical data. There are calculators or there are already technology or the calculators that generating those technical or those analytical data. What we have been doing is that we have been creating a platform to ensure that this happens day over. So technical data, which is a bread and butter, the analytical data that other teams have been generating, we have to scale it up to a larger scale sort of and that finally is the operator system that needs to be there, because there will be operators that are sitting out there ensuring that your data is good, whether it's high quality, is properly cataloged. So essentially, before moving over to the passing over to Ajit on the digital marketing, one thing we have to understand is data as a function remains as a core of Aladdin. And those of you that will be part of that Aladdin team will actually will be a product journey, not only with the technological perspective, but also from the overall how you perspective. Let me pass over to Ajit to talk more about the digital marketing.
The session will start by 12 o'clock after this one, okay?
No.
Hey, my name is Arthur, but I'm from the digital marketing design team. Just a bit sad. I know there's more important things to come to discuss, but I'm sure I will take it out of the time. So I come from the design office, and I'm the director of digital marketing here in India. We solve business problems that are given to us, and what we specialize in is scale. So before I get started, I'd just like to thank the Preplacement office for having us. You've got a very lovely campus, the basic campus last night, but it's basically down. I'm jealous. We in digital marketing engineering are able to take scale and multiply solutions to solve business problems on a day-to-day basis. But then we also able to a lot many users. So I'd just like to get a show of hands. How many of you here have built a website before? HTML, CSS. How many of you? Okay, quite a few. What about people at the back? You've done a website? Okay. So wouldn't it be nice? I'll give you a typical example of the kind of project you work on. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a website which had your assignments and the timetable of it, but then it knew there are 7 different faculties, 7 different departments. Each department has its own assignments and schedule. You have a drop down, and then from drop down you choose. Then that's a possible thing to do. Have a drop down and then customize, depending on the value of the drop down, and then what assignments are due, or what the exams are due. I think that's a possible solution. Yeah. Okay. Good. What I'd like to do is just remove the problem and have machine learning in place and detect what faculty or what kind of subjects are the visitor studying and be able to display just a relevant schedule, just a relevant, assignments to that. And maybe, do it for 10 users, 20 users. Does that sound cool? Yeah? No? Yes? Very good. Now, look at the key numbers. If we can multiply that to, let's say, 1,000 users, 10,000 users, or let's say 50,000 users. You think it's possible to do that for 50,000 users to automatically detect who they are and present relevant content to them? Yeah? Okay. What signals would you read if you wanted to detect the kind of users on a website? How would you go about finding out the kind of user? What would you read? What signals? What variables would you consider? Would you consider, for example, previous browsing data? Previous browsing data, that could be any ideas how you detect the kind of users? Anybody? At the back? Ideas. Allow the case. Age, yeah, that's a good one. How do you detect age? That's great. So for the rest of our, the gentleman at the back said age, and then you could detect age by the kind of websites that they've been to, and then track their history, and then be able to generate from that history a profile. And then maybe you could have 10 users, 15 users, even, out of 10,000, 50,000 users. And this is not engineering. Maybe that was 25 million users day in, day out. Some of these are authenticated, some of these are unauthenticated. We don't know them, we don't know who they are. We still deliver personalization on a scale, much larger scale than any of our competitors. So again, the motto is take business problems, find solution, and then be able to scale the solution with 25 million users. Now, these 25 million users, not all of them come to the website with the same thing. They come for different reasons, and it is us who are able to detect from signals. Why do they come to the website? And another project, for example, would it be nice if there were no website that somebody could talk to? How about a chatbot? So would it be nice if there were a chatbot that could answer a question at 12 midnight? So you don't have to wait until 9 in the morning. And then that is what we do. We build chatbots, we build screener. So my fellow leaders here talk about products and how they build products. But wouldn't it be nice if there were a way to filter and find the right product? There's products different in China, different in Japan, different products in Germany, Latin America, different products for US, Canada, and all of these products, how would you know which is the right product? And then we build tools which help customers find the right products that match their needs. A leader that started the conversation mentioned that we serve clients, we benefit the clients. How do we do that? Well, we help them find the right product, so they are better off in their financial return. Now, we also do, for example, email. There's a lot of us who are involved in campaigns. So there's a part of us that is involved in engineering. There's a part of us that's involved in marketing. Part that is involved in marketing, they're also on a day-to-day basis involved in the CEO's email and mass communication, reaching out to clients directly. And again, 24 million users we reach out to each year. And then each year, we are seeing this figure increase year on year by about 10%. So 24 million users last year. Well, make a guess what's going to be next year. Okay. This is what we were with. So during front end, who likes here, we're here as a content person. Content, yeah, okay. So for you, you've got React, Angular, framework. Who's a backend person here? Anybody get that in? We work with Java, we work with DevOps, Azure DevOps. We have Docker, Kubernetes, data scale solutions to be able to deploy on cloud. We have anybody interested in QA? Testing? Not many, but yeah, we've got some papers for testing. We have testing teams as well. And finally, who's interested in AI, what we have? A lot. Okay, obviously a favorite in this group. So we've got both teams working on retraining models, so the likes of ChatGPT, or teams also working on self-taught models such as TensorFlow. So the determination of user type, that project, for example, is based on TensorFlow. The chatbot that I mentioned before, that is that's built using the use of ChatGPT. So depending on who you are, you're a front-end person, a back-end person, or AI or QA person, there's something to do with digital marketing experience. It's the last one. Okay, right. Thank you.
Now we will have Yaswant and VIT alumnus. He's currently working as an associate in the portfolio management group team in Blackrock. Yaswant, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me right? How are you all doing today? Okay, before I give a quick introduction of myself and what my team does, maybe I'll ask a couple of investment questions and be aware that there's no right or wrong answer here because everyone's investment goals are very, very different. Now, who among here believe that India will grow very rapidly in the next 10 to 15 years? Okay, that's a good bit of hands. Now, if I say group the largest 50 stocks of India, and if I had to borrow something, is there like a nomenclature for that? Wonderful, and you guys are very, very smart. Now, you guys said that you believe that India is going to grow, and you know that Nifty 50 is an index from the NSE. Now, would you invest all your money in the Nifty 50 for the next 10 to 15 years? How many of you are ready to do that? Okay, that's, I saw a lot of people bullish about the Indian market. A lot of people know what investing in Nifty 50 is, but not everyone's ready to invest. Is there a reason behind that? If anyone just wants to take that up? I see one person over there.
Yeah, I believe I believe that we have the time and age to replace.
Okay.
And go for it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So if someone would like to say, stay invested in the Indian stock market, it's a very, very safe bet to say invest in an index ETF. Now, as your friend here mentioned, that if you would like to do a little bit more, then you would maybe change the strategy a little bit. But all of you said that you're very bullish on the Indian market for the next 10, 15 years. Now, what if 8 years later there was a rapid market downturn and the Indian stock market falls, say, 40%? Say due to an unwarranted lockdown due to COVID, say due to a global financial crisis. This is not in the control of the retail investor like you or me. Now imagine if the person who's retiring at 65 faces with that market downturn on the exact year that he's retiring. That's all his life savings down the drain. Now, I will give a quick introduction about myself. I'm Yashwant. I'm from the multi-asset strategy and solutions team, which is a part of the portfolio management group. I joined Blackrock in 2021 as a graduate analyst from VIT. And it's been a wonderful journey so far. I'll let you go through what actually does. And I would say these are the objectives or the principles of our group. and you would understand how closely they're integrated with the 5 principles of Blackrock that my colleague just talked about. So we have alpha at the heart. PMC is at the heart of active investing of Blackrock. And when we say that alpha is at our heart, we really focus on performance, and we say to our clients that we are very, very passionate about performance. We drive growth by creating different investment vehicles. We leverage, the investment platform Aladdin. We leverage exchange traded funds, and we make sure that our clients' money grows. We be the global lead in sustainable investing, which means that we are very, very committed towards the future, and whatever investment solution we provide, we make sure sustainability is integrated into the power of the solution. We also lead as whole portfolio advisors, which means that we are additionally to our clients, we understand what our client goals are. That can be as simple as a return contribution, or it can be as simple as a risk target. It can be as simple as time horizons. It can be as simple as wanting to retire with this much profits. We make sure that we understand each client's problem statement, that we understand each client's goals, and we cater and customize the solutions according to their goal. Now, just as an overview of the team, we manage $3 trillion of assets. We have 8 investment pillars, and we are spread across multiple regions. We are 2,100 employees in size, and we cater to different clients using more than 5,000 unique portfolios. We also contribute to 45% of the firm's gross revenue. And I'll just move forward and explain to you what each investment pillar does. Yeah. So, okay, who here knows what the difference between an equity and a fixed income asset is? A very, very basic overview of what equities are and what fixed income asset is. Anyone?
Even though assets are guaranteed to grow over a period of time at a certain percentage, at a certain fixed percentage. But equities are not guaranteed to grow at some given percentage.
Okay, thanks so much. Now, going to our investment pillars, we have global fixed income, where portfolio managers deal, with creating specialized fixed income portfolios, which also include liabilities and investing. We have fundamental equity, where the focus is on the equities asset class and to beat a certain benchmark or to generate returns for our clients. We have systematic teams who use very, very complicated or very simple data science. They use scientific research methods to create investment IP for our clients. We have private credit and insurance asset classes, which basically deal with the private markets. We also have multi-asset strategies and solutions where the focus is more around blending different asset classes and catering to different clients. The client can be an advisor, the client can be someone who's retiring in 2 years, it can be a pension fund, a family office, and so on. Then we also have our in-house data experts, which is data strategies and solutions. And we have the whole portfolio management team who are sitting on the trade desk and who work with the portfolio managers of the pillars and help them execute the trades on a daily basis. Yeah, so again, a very, very basic overview of what our investment framework looks like. And this would, bring back everything that my colleagues spoke about Aladdin, that my colleagues were to talk about already. Now, data is key to any investment process. Now, we leverage Aladdin, we leverage our data strategies team, and we make sure that the data we're getting is clean, that the data we're getting is usable. Because mind you, this is clients' money that we're actually using this data to process. Now, how do we use technology? That's the entire Aladdin platform that comes from the core. And we make sure at Blackrock and PMG that whatever investment solutions we are able to provide, we're able to scale it. Now, that can only happen with the power of Aladdin and the very, very cool technology projects that colleagues have talked about. We also make sure that sustainability is integrated to most of the solutions if possible. All our portfolio managers also need to be objective in their decision making. Because, some of the solutions are systematic, some of the solutions are discretionary, and we have to make sure to find a mix between these two and, generate either returns or we mitigate the risk of our client. And most importantly, our portfolio construction is very, very disciplined. We understand what a client goal is. We understand, what exactly what they want to do. If our asset allocation framework needs to be refreshed, if our, equity allocation, for example, has to be changed over time and so on. I'll kindly conclude with a little bit of our global footprint. As I mentioned earlier, we are around 2,000 people globally. 50% of us, we are based in the Americas region. We have around a third based in India, which is Europe and East Africa. And a sixth of us are based in the Asia Pacific region. I'll just conclude by, a little bit of my journey, which is why I joined the firm and, why I'm right here currently and why I'm leading the firm. The reason I joined was especially my expertise or I would say interest in technology. I would say data science and machine learning to begin with. And the field that I like to implement it was, the financial services. And when Blackrock had visited the campus, I was very fascinated. Blackrock is a pioneering asset management client and really wanted to get in. Now, what made me stay, to be honest, yes, for the good part that I just mentioned, but it's also the culture of the firm. You're working with some of the smartest people in the industry. You're working on a daily basis with a market that's ever changing. It's challenging and exciting. And honestly, the culture here, it just makes you want to stay forever. With that, I will hand it over to my colleague. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Hi. I feel like if we do a word bubble of all the presenters, I think the top two terms are going to be risk and technology. You guys agree? Yeah. So I'll speak a little bit about the reason for why everybody keeps talking about risk and technology in the context of Blackrock. I'll tell you an interesting story about how the firm was formed, a little bit about our founders, and give you context as to why risk and technology are at the core of Blackrock. So, can anyone tell me the name of the CEO of Blackrock? Can't hear you. Larry Fink? Yeah, correct. So, so back in the 1980s, Larry was one of the rising stars. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Cool. Back in the 1980s, Larry Fink was one of the rising stars of Wall Street in New York. He was working at an investment bank called First Boston, and he was there, one of the heads of the fixed income and mortgage trading and portfolio management desks. So he used to manage a lot of money. He was responsible for a lot of profit for that bank. He did very well over a period of few years, and then he kept rising, getting more promotions, more money, etc., over those years. And then one year, what happened was that he was entrusted with a large amount of investment, and he ended up losing $100 million. $100 million in 1980s. That would be close to billions of dollars in today's world. Once that loss happened, his reputation started going down, and his tenure at that firm started to reduce, and he started reflecting on what he did well and what he can do better. Eventually, he left and then decided to start his own journey, his own firm. And that was the inception of Blackrock. When he started Blackrock, he decided that one of the most important things that he will do as part of Blackrock as an asset manager, how will he differentiate it? How will it be different from all the other competitors, all the other asset managers out there in the world? It will be foundationally built with risk and technology in mind. So risk and technology go hand in hand. And I'll talk a little bit more about how that happens. But first, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Rajat. I've been at Blackrock for about a decade now. I spent about 8 years in the financial engineering organization, and now I'm part of RQA. I lead the analytics team within RQA, which is risk and quantitative analysis. This is the risk management organization of Blackrock. This is entrusted with managing risk at all levels across the entire organization. BlackRock manages somewhere close to $10 trillion of assets, 10 trillion. It is the largest asset manager in the world. And RQA is responsible to manage risk across all those $10 trillion of assets. All right. All clear? Makes sense? Any questions? Okay. So you'll see that like the way that the firm is organized, it like at every nook and corner of the firm that you will see risk and technology coming in. It is embedded in our principles as well. When we interact across our client base, when our portfolio managers in the Yashwant's team work with our clients to understand their return objectives, their risk goals, we make sure that we're working together and understanding all the different risks that can exist across their investments. It's really important because we are fiduciary to our clients. Can anyone tell me what the term fiduciary means? Anyone? So fiduciary would mean that like our client's interest is always first. We need to make sure that their interests are protected and their investments are protected, because we have a very important task at hand, which is to manage their money and secure their returns, right? So we would be fiduciary to our clients, and in that fiduciary responsibility, it's very important for us to manage risk really well. So what types of risks are we talking about? Broadly, there are two different themes. So one is enterprise, the red, and one is investment, which is the yellow. Obviously, there's many different breakups of these types of risks, and I will not go deep into each one of these, but just to give you a flavor. So enterprise risk is inward-facing risk that exists within the firm itself. Like if an operating event or any kind of error by an employee leads to loss in revenue for the firm, fines from regulators, etc., that is an enterprise risk. And then there is investment risk, which is the risk from markets. When you make an investment, there are risks associated with that, and that is part of your investment process. So in the next couple of slides, I'll focus a little bit on the investment and portfolio risk side of things. So like when any investment happens, it's a long process and it has a lot of detail to it. The first thing you do is you try to understand what the client is expecting. You need to know what the client wants from the firm, from Blackrock. What is the expectation? So for example, is the client looking to invest in fixed income? Is the client looking to invest in equities? Is the client looking to do a blend of both the asset classes? Is the client more interested in stuff like real estate? So like that blend mix is what defines what type of investment we would do on their behalf. Then you need to also define very clearly upfront what are the return expectations. How does the client define success? How would BlackRock get rated unless we define what the return objective of the client is? And also the risk appetite. If the client is expecting more returns, then there would be more risks associated with these investments, and vice versa, right? So like defining that is really important. And once defined, then it creates a framework for us to start understanding the risks associated with each investment that is made on behalf of the client. Now, how do we go about understanding these risks? This is where technology comes in. So like we're talking about $10 trillion of assets. That's a lot of money, right? It's a huge amount of money. And we're talking about dozens and dozens and dozens of different types of asset classes. Each asset class is highly complex. Each investment is highly complex. You need a lot of scalable technology and models to be able to really understand what the risks are. So for example, like if I invest in stocks, it's quite important for me to understand the volatility of the markets. If I have a good understanding of how volatile the Nifty 50 is, then I'll be able to better understand what investment would make so that it is in line with the expectations of the clients. So that's where technology comes in. Technology enables us to really understand these risks. It goes like to be able to leverage technology. RQA works very closely with people across the Aladdin organization, with the likes of Dhruv, Abhinav, etc. And we would work closely with them to for across the engineering, the data, and financial engineering organizations together to really harness the power of technology. Our investments are also really like the whole investment process is susceptible to geopolitical events and macro events as well. As you know, like various events in the market, for example, elections, war in the Ukraine, conflicts in Gaza, all of these things have a huge impact in a very globalized market. Supply chains get disrupted. That leads to prices changing. Prices changing leads to asset valuations getting impacted, and so on. This impact again needs to be quantified, and once you quantify it, you need to apply it in your everyday investment process with our clients. This whole journey of understanding risks and then quantifying it using technology and in a scalable way across $10 trillion of assets is what our team does. We are at the cutting edge of finance and technology. If you join us, it would be a great learning experience. You all obviously have that technology background, so you'll bring that into the team. But at the same time, you would get to learn a lot about how a large multinational like BlackRock operates, how we manage risk, about asset classes, about finance as well. So it's a good combination, and I think I'll leave it at that. Rahul, over to you for the most interesting slide of the.
Thank you, Rajat. So when it comes to compensation in BlackRock, we follow the philosophy of pay for role. That basically means that based on the complexities of the role and the skills that are required in that particular role, we define the compensation. So for RQA and PMG, the total cost to company will be 22 lakh. And for other teams, for example, software engineer, data software engineer, and digital marketing in Aladdin data, it will be rupees 18 lakh. The last slide, what we are looking for. So while my colleagues will be interviewing you and I will be interviewing you from the HR perspective, there are three major skills that we are looking for in all the candidates. First, very important, that you have to be all-rounder. We are not looking for candidates only who are getting 9.7 CGPAs or 9.9, but someone who has participated in extracurricular activities, have done something outside of the box as well. Second, something that I definitely focus on, that is, we are not a finance company only. We are a finance and technology company. So you have to have that passion for finance and technology. You need to understand, you need to know, and you should have that curiosity to know what is happening in the market, in the fintech market around you. And the last but not the least, we are very, very multicultural. We are also very dynamic. So we are looking for candidates who can adapt to this ever-changing business environment. Now I would like to invite Ritu Pern, who is an alumni of VIT. He is currently working as an associate in the Aladdin data team. He will be sharing his experiences with you. Over to you, Ritu.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, VIT, across all the campuses. My name is Ritupan Alreja, and I have been working at BlackRock since more than 5 years now. and I have been involved in many tech stack. My team is Aladdin Data, as Rahul mentioned. I have been dealing with the process engineering, and yeah, it's nice to see so much people over here. Almost 6 years back, I believe I was sitting almost over there when Blackrock came for the VIT Preplacement talk, and I was among you guys sitting over there thinking, what would I be working in next 5 years? And here I am. So that's what. Okay. So in Blackrock, as you see, they have a very multicultural environment. They have a DE&I objective, which means the Blackrock has a very diverse culture. They promote equity and is very inclusive as well. So in Blackrock, when you work, you feel that you are working with like friends more than colleagues. So they are very supportive. The managers are very helpful. And coming on to the tech stack, maybe you might be wondering about what you would be working. And since you have many JDs now, in my time, there was only one job description that a person should be well versed with the technical skills, the database operations, and most important, networking as well. My personal experience as Blackrock when I started as a intern was like it is that 6 months period is the most learning period. Like you grow from a student to an individual who contribute to an organization now. Like when you start working, you deal with many people, you should have better communication skills, the soft skills classes that you have. Sorry. The soft skills classes that you have, those really come into the practical knowledge over here. And the technical skills, of course, whichever domain you would be working in, it would be that technical skills. But speaking of my experience from past 5 to 6 years, I have almost worked in everything. Starting from full stack development, I worked in Angular, Java. Then my focus completely shifted to the Java backend server. I built up APIs and the applications that were more centered towards the database operations as well. Recently, I started working on Python, and which was my main focus or my main interest area. And from the college, what we get is like there are many courses offered throughout 3 to 4 years, but choosing your passion is the most important thing out of them. Since we all don't work in all domains, but choosing like what skills you want to work for your lifelong is very important from the college standpoint. My main goal was to work in the business analytics, and Blackrock helped me like they are very helpful to divert my current domain to the Python skills. I recently started working on Python, and my recent project has been regarding the machine learning. BlackRock recently has been investing a lot in ML and AI, as you guys most of you guys would be interested in. So there are many projects. You will get to learn more in this. Don't worry about the current situation, and just express yourself whenever you are in the company. So coming on to the interview process, it's very simple. Like whatever you have in your resume, that speaks out to the interview. So be very clear with the things that you know, revise your concepts. It's not the time to learn a new skill. It's just to brush up the skill that you already have. Try to be more confident, I believe. You can be more confident. Try to cover most of the things that are currently active in the market or mentioned in the JD as well. Yep. Any questions, anyone? Thank you. That's it from my side.
Before we close this session, I wanted to make two important announcements, and please listen carefully. I have been notified that these students have shared their preferences for a specific location, Mumbai or Gurgaon. I just want to clear it here that RQA and PMG role is only for Gurgaon location. And for other roles, after interviewing you, basis your interview feedbacks, in which team you will be fitting right in, and where is that team based? So it will be the Blackrock who is going to make that decision if we are going to send you to the Gurgaon location or to the Mumbai location. After we close this session, and we will be taking up sub questions as well, the team from VIT will be circulating a Google form with you. So whosoever is not interested and is very, very sure about only one location, you can withdraw your candidature because it will be entirely the decision of Blackrock to relocate you either to the Gurgaon location or to the Mumbai location. Second announcement I wanted to make was for the LGBTQI plus initiative. You might have received an email that just like last year, this year as well, we are doing a special hiring for LGBTQI plus people. Regarding that, we have shared an email. So whosoever is interested in this hiring, can I have your attention please in the back? So whosoever wants to apply through this initiative, please apply directly to that email, share your resumes, because I understand that for the community people, confidentiality or consent with regards to their sexuality could be important. That email will be only accessible to me. So nobody in Blackrock would be knowing about your sexuality. And at the same time, please also register through the Blackrock's registration process. With this, I would like to close the session today for our pre-placement session, and would also thank the placement committee team, Dr. Anand specifically, for all their support. Now we will be taking up the questions, so please let us know your questions. To the panels, please do not disclose anything which is not in the public domain. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rahul. Now we'd like to have some doubt clearing session with the students. If you have any, please raise up your hand. Last.
Hello. I would like to ask, as you said, Blackout is the biggest asset management company in the entire world. So who manages the assets that Blackout owns? As you see,
Okay. Abhinav, would you like to answer this question?
Where's the mic?
What is the question?
Who owns Blackrock's assets? Excuse me, mic.
You can use this one.
You can use this. Yeah, no.
Hey, so those of you who know gender based management, what's your name? Here. Others has been asking. So BlackRock has been doing that for or rather has been doing by trying to do that management. Who's responsible for doing the asset management for BlackRock itself?
I think it's a question. Yeah, Rajat can go through it quickly.
So, BlackRock primarily manages assets on clients' behalf. So BlackRock's own assets, like if there are any, it will be managed within the firm by portfolio managers. But in general, the majority is external clients. Say that again.
Yes.
So like it goes back to the right. So like we have discussion on what assets we manage, where we invest, etc. But like the business model
you know, like, for example, an IT document for the certain form is model of the concern or the model of the so fundamentally, that's how it's the from
Okay, maybe just for everybody, if you can.
Yeah.
Quickly, I think everybody has not.
Hello, first of all, I'd like to thank you for such a wonderful session. It was very informative. There was a lot of Blackrock work Blackrock. So my first question is that when you're investing particularly in market or real estate, so the market is very dynamic. There is, you know, you have to consider performance of the company, demand of a product, or for real estate, consider projects that are coming up, very sensitive to financial projects. So when you're investing in technology and energy, how can a model consider so many parameters at one time, and how can it adapt to these parameters? And I have another question. So, second question is, as you first stated that you cater to organizations and foundations as well as you cater to certain individuals. So, for someone who is not a high net worth individual, how feasible it is for them to have Blackrock or asset manager and help them close the book?
Yeah, I can take the first question. And if I heard it correctly, you were talking about how a machine learning model, for example, can accommodate so many parameters while making an investment decision. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. It honestly depends on the asset class to begin with. It depends on the investment objective. It depends on the model that you're using. Well, you guys are the tech experts. Like you know how to hypertune your parameters, right? But that's honestly not all that goes into a machine learning model. There's a lot of discretion element as well, which portfolio managers have from what the systematic model will tell you. But I would mostly say that the way we fine-tune our parameters, it's very specific to investment teams and the investment objective.
Okay, and just to add on to that, there is no one model which is like perfect, right? So we understand the profile of the client, what they really want to achieve, how they want to achieve it, and then there are multiple methodologies, different ways, different models which are actually applied to arrive at the right result. That's one. Talking about your second question, that hey, as a retail investor who is not a high net worth individual, how do I sort of use BlackRock or invest with BlackRock to get that financial well-being? So BlackRock has two models that we operate in. Obviously, we have carved out specific portfolios for high net worth individuals, corporations, and all that. But there are a lot of retail funds as well. So from an India perspective, you might have heard about mutual funds that you can choose, right? So that's the similar model which BlackRock also offers across the globe. We are entering India market as well, but already there are so many exchange traded funds that we are working with distributors. And as a retail investor, you can actually invest your money, park your money, which our specific experts will handle. So we have tons of products out there. You can, based upon your risk appetite, you can really choose the one you want and enjoy that journey.
Thank you.
Any other question?
This question is specifically for the software team. Like, I want to know how does BlackRock manage its technical debt? Like, at what point do you decide that the tech stack should be changed?
That's a very generic. Anybody can take it.
I'm fine. Okay, you want to take it? Okay, so yeah, I think very interesting one. BlackRock, honestly, innovation is at our heart, and I think we definitely keep on looking out at the new technologies. For example, AI is a really great example, and we are already using it in many streams. However, obviously, this is end of the day, it is a business, right? So it's a fair decision that, hey, understanding that technology and then evaluating the benefits that you are going to arrive by it. Look at the investment, look at the maintenance effort, everything. So take a holistic view and then decide at the right solution, right approach. But at the same time, I think, as I showed on the technology slide as well, There are a lot of new technologies that we are moving towards to get long-time strategic advantage.
Yeah, maybe one last question from this side. They have been too noisy, but not asking.
Okay, any questions from this side, students? Yeah, here, last question. Yeah, please stand up.
Here for the scan. Wait.
Sure.
So first of all, I'd like to say thank you for this question. My question is, as you already mentioned, Aladdin is the pioneer software which is developed in-home by Blackrock. So, I'd like to ask, who is Aladdin for? Is it for business or is it for individuals? And if you could name some of your clients.
Some of your
Some of the clients. The clients, no, we can't do that. We can't do that.
नहीं वो कहाँ गया यार? It's okay. So you want to ask the clients?
I think
Who
who is Aladdin?
Who can use? So
Aladdin?
yeah, so our primary customers are the asset management companies. So I'll give you an example, like any pension fund who have been, hey, can everybody be a, yeah, can everybody be a, yeah, thanks. Am I audible? Yeah, so the question.
You are not. Abhinav, you are not. Abhinav, you are not audible. That's not audible. You are not audible. Please take this.
So, okay, I'm audible. The question was, what type of clients that Aladdin serves, right? So to a question, the major focus has been to the asset management companies that are responsible to manage the money for various people out there. Lately, there have been new solutions that actually came out in market like wealth management. And so for those of you who have heard about this partnership that BlackRock has went into with Geo, so we are actually coming up with our own joint venture that will do multiple things and all those things. And the underlying platform, technology platform is going to be the Aladdin again. Right now that.
Thank you,
First of all, I would like to thank the BlackRock team to have the presentation in our VIT Chennai campus. Hope all of you would have listened to this pre-placement talk and you would also clarified the doubts regarding the recruitment and everything. Please scan this QR code for further updates and for the attendance. It's for only Chennai campus, and once you're done, you can leave. Thank you very much. Those who have savvy in selection process, kindly go to maybe the online test for BlackRock will be held tomorrow. We get the updates